Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Well, you know I get a lot of requests and lately I've been getting a bunch for duct tape letters. One of my viewers, Alyssa, asked specifically, how do I make duct tape letters? And so I'm going to teach you how to make letters out of duct tape that you can use to embellish your notebooks, your locker, anything that you want to personalize. I'm going to teach you how to make those right now. And so for this project, we're going to need assorted duct tapes, of course. You can have patterns, colors, whatever you want. You'll need parchment paper. I prefer parchment paper when making stickers to wax paper, but if you want to use wax paper, make sure you watch my tutorial on the difference between parchment and wax paper. I have scissors, I have a Sharpie pen, and in this case, what I've done is I have actually printed my name out on the computer, but you can also do it freehand. It's really totally up to you. All right, I'm going to take this and move this off to the side here so we have some workspace. Now, one of the things that I've learned about parchment paper, because it loves to roll up, is to take my pieces of parchment paper and just cut them into strips and then place them under big, heavy books for like a day or two. That'll flatten them out. Makes it work really, really great. Now, if you want to use letters that you have printed from your computer, all you do is you lay them down and take your letter and trace it with your Sharpie pen. And I'm just going to follow right along to make my letter. Or, if you want to, you can freehand it. Whichever is more comfortable for you. Now, what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to get rid of some of this extra so that you can see easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my duct tape and I'm going to put it right over top of my letter. Right on top of it. Now, whatever you do, don't flip it over and put your tape on this side because your letter will be backwards. You want to make sure that you're putting the tape on the same side that your letter is written on and you've traced it onto. Okay, I'm going to use this on the O. And I'm going to teach you two different techniques here. One technique, if you'll notice I'm kind of rubbing this down, sometimes with parchment paper you need to rub down. Now this was a little piece, hang on one second, this piece of tape was not the best tape because I had ripped it earlier and the end had been a little unstickified. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down here. Now, you might find that it curls up a little bit, so just use your pen, or you can even use your duct tape roll to make it stay down. There you go. Now, if you want to make a simple duct tape letter, all you have to do is cut out the shape with one layer of tape on here. And what you're going to do is just go all the way around the outside here. And now to cut the inside of the O, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fold this over and then I'm going to follow the line . And then when I open it up, I have my letter O. You see that? If I put it against the white, you might be able to see it a little bit better there. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. Now, what I want to talk to you about is really embellishing this and having fun. So turn it over here. You can see where my S is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some different colored tapes here. And I'm going to add some strips. So I think I want to go on a diagonal with these because I think this will be kind of fun. And I'm going to come back with a little bit of this pink here. I just want to give this more texture and more layers. And so I'm going to be using these different kinds of tape and just layering them on top of my first layer. Kind of like the bits and snippets bracelet, if you remember that one, where you take little pieces of tape and lay them on. seal them in place. And then when you're all done, you end up with this kind of collage-y look. Well, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with my letter here, because now when you turn this over, this is great for the end of the roll. Now I'm going to cut this out, because if you have any little bits and snippets left over, you can just use them to make the different layers on your sticker. So, and I'm just following again that line. What I like to do is I like to cut out my large areas first and then come back and do my intricate work, the little inside parts like this. Now, one thing about cutting, some people like to use an X-Acto knife, which is absolutely fabulous and absolutely fine as long as you are very safe with it and don't hurt yourself, because X-Acto knives are very, very, very sharp. And that's why I tend to use scissors more often, because they're a little bit safer. Okay, I'm going to just come back in here and cut around this way and get that last little tiny bit of duct tape. Cut that off. Oh, tiny little bit more. Go. Oh, whenever you get that last little bit and it doesn't cut off there. There we go. Snip. And if you've got any like sharp corners here, I can see now that my tape has been cut away. I've got a little sharp corner there and there. There we go. And now when I flip it over, you can see I've got a more textured and three-dimensionally kind of layered look happening here, which is kind of fun. So you've got two different kinds of letters here. You have a simple one, and you have one that's a little bit more complex. But the great thing about them is that both are easy to use. Let me just show you. So you just peel this one off right here, and it sticks. And peel this one off right here. And there you have it. And so you see you can make either simple letters or more complex ones with lots and lots of layers. Whatever works for you. For more ideas and ways to spice up and personalize your stuff with duct tape, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.